What happened, Dan?
Dan, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Lars.
We're back.
Yeah, Happy New Year, viewers. It's not too late to say Happy New Year, is it?
Well, I think given we've been off the air the ban is over.
The ban.
We're
Yes,
back.
yes, yeah.
They've allowed us back.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
got our licence.
Yeah, we were in exile.
And this is the great relaunch of And Why Not 2024. What's different?
2024. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nor should it be.
We'll be just as, rubbish
and bless you for
unplanned.
sticking with this.
Yes, absolutely. Well, assuming he is sticking with it.
Oh, he's just gone off. We had a little meeting a minute ago.
We did.
And we've decided...
An editorial planning session.
EPS, yes. We had an EPS. And much to my chagrin, Dan wants us to wing this because he thinks it'll be better than all the drivel.
Yes, whereas Lance likes to plan it.
Yeah, no, I'm one of life's great boring planners. But we have got some
It's the
things...
yin and the yang that makes it work.
Yes.
Not that it works.
When it works, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
But it's worth saying what we are planning to show the viewer in this little...
Is it?
Yeah.
Or should we just do it?
Well, there's a bit about, significantly, your piece with Josh.
Yes, okay, well, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
We've
interviewed, Josh Stacy interviewed.
Yes, superb. We've got, through popular demand, Shawadi, the game show that hasn't quite taken off, but we're going to keep milking it.
Keep going.
A little bit about cricket, of course.
Obviously.
England in India. A little bit of home news,
Yes,
not much from Sanderstead because of the cold winter months.
Yeah.
And a little interesting piece about spinners.
Yes, and album of the week. That should do it.
Oh, album of the week.
Yeah.
Good. So, first port of call, I suppose, England in India.
England in India. I'm loving it. I mean, I to be honest, when the first test came on, I didn't actually know it was on.
What?
I woke up in the morning.
Well, it's not on Sky, if we can say.
No, but I mean,
Still waiting for the contract.
I could see it, but there was no sort of build up, and also I don't think I was that interested because I think we were just going to go out there and get stuffed was what was in my head.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to watch us go out there with a sort of a second string of spinners. And no one else, and obviously you've got the batsman there, but what they're going to do against India's great bowling. So I thought it would just be a complete stuffing.
I think the other thing that might have added into that...
And it would have been if Pope didn't get 196.
Yeah, that's true. But, was Bazball ever going to work in India on those tracks? Well, the first test showed us it did.
Well, and the second test wasn't we lost our way a little bit bowling in the second innings, but, getting that massive total, yes, we were, what were we short of? What?
Well...
I mean, it wasn't...
we were 80 runs short again. And by the way, our second innings score of 299, I believe, the second highest ever second innings total by a touring side in India.
In
second
India,
innings. Yeah. So credit to the boys. And I think the other thing is, once we had Pope in the first test, they had Bumrah, who took 7 for. We had Hartley in the first as well. So delicately poised. It's 1-1.
1-1 with 3 to play. Kohli to come back.
4-1. Very good. So, our predictions are usually pretty rubbish, aren't they?
That's true. So I'm predicting 4-1 to India.
Yes. Love on,
and
viewer.
Hope it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because there ain't going to be any draws, are there?
No. Both teams will get bowled out one way or t'other.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can't imagine we experiencing another track like we've just seen for the second test. The next ones will be turners and burners.
Yeah,
so,
probably.
Yeah.
But it just, your point is about the toss is just so...
Well, yeah, I want to talk about the toss.
Yeah.
Because I think it has such a shaping of any game, to be honest. But I think significantly when you're in the subcontinent, even more so.
I think that's right.
I think, and you kind of think, well, why don't we have a world rule, say, where the visiting team get to choose what they do first?
Do you think that would make the local cricket boards prepare longer lasting pitches?
I think what will happen is that the local cricket boards will say there's a fear we could be batting second so we better prepare a better one. Yeah,
I think that's what I just said.
This will look so much better.
Welcome to 2024, lads.
The relaunch.
Love it. Yeah.
But I think we might get tracks that aren't so home friendly around the world,
yeah, I think so.
Better competition. You know, going to India and realising that you're going to be up against it on the toss of a coin isn't perhaps the best measure of identifying who's the best team out of the two that are playing, because it's so dependent on second innings run chase.
I mean, what I would say is that I think the two tests have been fabulously entertaining.
Yeah.
They just don't last long enough, do they? I mean, it's,
no, saying that, more though than we've seen in England. And, you know, and exciting times. And I was watching it on Sunday, and or the last day, was it? And you think, with 3 wickets down, we need another 80-odd runs.
Yeah,
could it be Headingley?
Well, absolutely.
You know, and your mate.
Well, and was it the 7th wicket or 8th wicket partnership was the biggest partnership in our innings. So what, you know, that could have just continued. Folkes and Hartley, they could have. Another day maybe they could have got there. But
indeed,
there's always that ball with the name on it, isn't there?
Well, especially out there. But great innings. We'll come back to spinners in a moment. Just talk about Sanderstead Cricket Club for a second.
Yeah.
You know, it's quiet. It's middle of February. But pleased to report, I look at the outfield, and Matt Harris, bless him, and Richard Key have already started doing their magic. It looks magnificent.
Does it?
The outfield's been cut.
I'll go up there and get some pictures.
Checked. The square's been cut. It really looks good already. And you think, with a dry spell, we could have a winter game up there. So not much else to report from the club yet, because it's hibernation time, but anything you've got?
Well, no, I was just going to say, talking about winter games, I went for a walk with Mrs. Allen would have been early January, and we went...
Is she back yet?
Yes. we went over to Wandle Park, which is sort of Croydon, and there was a game of cricket going on.
Oh,
this is early January. It was fantastic.
Yes.
I did a very short little clip of it. I mean, it was a bunch of lads playing park cricket. But
were they in whites or were they?
No. I don't think they were in whites. No, tracksuits and stuff. But it's magnificent. Yeah, well done. Well done there.
We encourage that all over the place. We hinted about the tracks in India. I think it's worth examining what makes up a great spin bowler. And the attributes, line and length and guile and experience and all that stuff. But there's one thing that's missing.
No hair. I mean, look hair. Look at them. You know.
Look at you.
Nathan Lyon.
Yes.
Well, you go through the list.
Moeen Ali.
Yeah.
We're coming to somebody in a moment because we think he's got the potential to be. Can we call them slaphead spinners?
Yes, absolutely.
In rehearsal, who did we come up with?
Well, there's loads of them.
We'll edit this.
No, we won't.
But the point is, we're coming to, in about 3 spinners' time. What's he called? Tony Hart. The new
Tom Hartley. Tom Hartley. He's getting there quite early, isn't he? He's 24.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of my younger self. I think I was probably slightly behind him by a couple of years in terms of hair lossage. And I can remember one chap saying to me, who was a complete slaphead, saying to me when it was obvious that I was destined for that route. And,
or not.
And very good. And he said, Dan, remember this, it's not so cool when it's going, but it's cool when it's gone. And he was right. He was right. So,
you're a cool dude.
Well, I don't know about that.
I've seen Dan on the dance floor. And, despite what you might see in his run-up, he can move it on the dance floor.
I'm not sure if they see my run-up.
Indeed. So, yes, I think one of the great attributes of being a spin bowler is you've got to lose your hair. Yeah, no, exactly. So, viewers, tell us your list of balding spin bowlers and prove our point wrong. And then we might remember the ones that we... I know.
This huge list, it just reeled them off.
I know. When the pressure wasn't on, but yes.
How much hair? Oh, Leach, of course.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, that was
John Leach. What's he called? Jack Leach of England, who's injured. But England playing 3 spinners as well. That's interesting.
Well, 4.
Oh, Joe Root. Yeah. So keep tuned. I think the next test is about over a week away, but nonetheless.
I think it's great.
It's great viewing.
It's great viewing. It's sort of, you wake up at sort of 6:40, and you miss the morning session, but you get the last few sessions.
Not at 4:40. You don't. I see it all.
Oh,
my sleeping patterns.
Oh, really?
They're getting worse.
Are they?
Yeah, but that's another session.
Yeah.
So, excellent, Dan. That's a cricket roundup. What do you fancy next?
Anything you like.
Right.
What did we talk about?
I think we're going to go into Shawadi.
I think that's absolutely
The game show that almost gripped this channel. I've got, folks, you may recall, because I'm sure you've forgotten, Dan and I will come up with a spurious set of words or names and try and make some link and wring out something funny from them.
And one of them will be a ringer.
And one of them will be a ringer.
Yeah.
But in this instance, I forgot that bit. There might be more than one, but we shall see. So, I've got the two categories that I want to marry together.
Yes.
Are cricketers.
Yes.
And their names.
Uh-huh.
Cricketers' names. Or foods from around the world.
Okay.
So it could be odd-named foods or odd-named cricketers.
All right.
And are they a food or are they cricket?
So I've got to say food or cricketer.
Yes.
Very good.
I'm going to start off with one I think you probably know him. Mm-hmm. Ready? Cullen Skink. Food or cricketer?
Cullen Skink.
Yes.
I'm going. I've never heard of him or it. But as you said, I think you might get this one. That I'm kind of thinking he might be a cricketer.
Yeah, I've done it. It's a food.
Oh, you
Yeah, I know.
You cheated.
It's a new era. It's 2024. You've not heard of Cullen Skink?
No.
It's a very well-known Scottish soup.
Is it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Really?
It's fish-based.
Oh,
it's magnificent.
It's fish-based soup.
Yeah.
No.
No, you must. Friends in Scotland, I know you're glued to this.
I'm going to Edinburgh in
Then you must
We're going to Edinburgh in 2 weeks.
Cullen Skink. I've had some.
Cullen Skink.
Right.
Yeah.
1-0 to me. Right. Next one.
Yes.
Cricketer or food? Mm-hmm. Parrot lug.
Parrot lug.
Might have pronounced it wrong.
How do you spell it?
P-A-R... Oh no. Parsit. I can't even read me writing. Pansit lug.
Oh, that's a cricketer.
Oh, no, you know.
That's a cricketer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You could have had a choice. He was a Sri Lankan leggy.
There's two of him.
No. He's a Sri Lankan leggy.
Yeah.
With hair.
Well, the leggies do, you see.
Leggies do.
Yeah.
It's you offies that.
Well, Shane Warne. He
had hair.
He had bloody manufactured hair.
Well, there's that.
He was
He was in between.
Yeah.
I was going to give you a choice between is Pansit Lug a Sri Lankan leggy from the 80s, or a noodle-based dish from the Philippines.
Well, that's what you should have been doing. But no, that's the way. That's the way to do it. He's definitely a Sri Lankan leggy.
He's not. It's a noodle dish.
You've done me again.
2-0. There's not much. Okay, surely this one. Right. Is it a cricketer or a food?
Yeah.
Figgy Duff. Is he? No, is he or is it? Is it?
He's done me again.
Is it a Scottish quickie from the 2000s?
Figgy Duff.
Or a cake.
It's too obvious to be a cake, so I'm going cricketer.
It's a cake.
It's like
3-0. I've never been 3-0 in anything.
You're like a cat toying with a mouse here.
Right, I've got another 26 to go. Some of them I can't even pronounce.
You can't pronounce any of them.
This one. This one. Is he a Zimbabwean off-spinner?
Probably not.
All-rounder who can bat a bit.
Yeah.
Or an Indian delicacy. Mm-hmm. Hamilton Mazakazda.
I'm going cricketer.
You're right. You're back in the
Had
game.
to be.
It's 3-1. Yeah, by simply... Yes. Right, here's an interesting one. Cola Bernie Burger. Cola Bernie Burger.
Right.
Is he a South American...
Right.
Or it, yeah. A South American beef delicacy or a Zimbabwean cricketer?
I'm sticking with cricketer.
You're right. It's 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah, Zimbabwean left armour. Right. Well, this is the biggie. This is the big one. And I think, sadly, you're going to get it. Is this a Thai red curry or a Kenyan batsman? Dipak Chudasuma. Can I have the Chidak Dupasuma you can imagine yourself saying in a Indian restaurant?
I am going to stick.
Or are you captain saying, Dipak, warm up, you're up next?
No, I think the latter. I think it's the cricketers. I'm going 6 out of 6 cricketers.
He's gone and made it 3-all.
3-all.
Wow.
Good comeback. Good comeback there.
Well, you know,
bit like England in India. It's fabulous. Which was. I mean, was that the first test? Was that our greatest ever comeback in a
was
way?
It the best ever innings by an Englishman or an overseas player abroad?
Post, it was a brilliant knock. It was absolutely brilliant knock. Yeah.
I suppose.
What viewers? Let's have a better, if there is one, a better overseas knock by an Englishman, and also has there been a better comeback to reach victory in a test match, in a meaningful test match?
Yeah. I think Atherton's 186 in South Africa was. Yeah. It was a different. They're all different types of innings.
Boring, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what it needed.
It needs to grind it out.
Test matches ain't all baseball, are they?
Indeed.
Elegance. Indeed. Well, that's Shawadi. I think
that was good.
We've come back with a bang.
Yeah, very good.
So let's pause for a moment now, Dan.
Let's.
So welcome back, viewer.
Yes,
welcome back, Dan.
Welcome back.
You've got to recharge your batteries.
I have.
Literally, he's just changed the battery.
Normally a wicket goes down then, Adams.
Yeah, when you're filming, sadly. Yes, one thing that you'll see coming up soon, viewers, is a bit about the channel. And, we do this as a bit of fun and we get more out of it than probably anybody else does.
Yes, indeed. Certainly.
If they got anything out of it. But one of the things that is significant is how this media and how what Dan has done has put Sanders on the map, but club cricket on the map. And there's a bloody great interesting piece that a friend of ours has done with Dan. But interestingly, whilst this started out you filming James, your son, has gone to where it is now, and there's people watching this from all over the world. Tell us a couple of things, Dan, where this is.
Well, I mean, it's mainstream TV, so cricket coverage on like Channel 9 Australia or Channel 7 or whatever, they still pick up the odd clip, and they had one of them had that wonderful Matt Harris catch in a Sunday match where he caught the ball behind his back. We'll show the clip.
It's feel to be able to make the simple things seem really, really difficult, like this village cricket catch.
What's in the air?
See, in the air. Oh.
Classic. That's like your heel kick. I think just for a degree of difficulty.
He's put a bit of mayo on that.
I think he has put the last bit is just a little bit on the mayo behind the back. Beautiful work.
Incredible.
And then the other one was, I think it was Channel 7 Cricket Australia or something. And basically, Ricky Ponting offered me a job. So here's a clip of that.
If you look at Ricky, he looks directly into Dan's eyes. You'll see the clip, folks. It speaks for itself.
It's the balancing bale clip.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Should this be given out? Take a look at the screen.
Should it be given out?
Yes.
No.
I tell you what we need.
No.
That cameraman to come and work for us. How good a piece of camera work is that?
He should be buying a lottery ticket.
Yeah, no, not out. That's a no for me as well.
And then Josh Stacy is doing a journalism course. So good luck to Josh. He's done some great writing, which we have pushed around on the channel, and hopefully some of you read that. It's really, really good writing. But he's now doing it professionally. He's doing this course, and one of his assignments was he had to prepare an interview, a video interview, which he asked if he could interview me. So we did it. I think it was, I can't remember when it was. It was sort of October time, I think, up at the cricket club, and well, I won't say any more about it. So, but here it is. It's
I will, Dan. I've seen it, and it's damn good. It's better than this drivel that we knocked out.
Well, it is. It's almost
structured.
it's professional. And properly put together. Lots of B-roll and stuff. It's great.
And it's about the man behind the camera. and how it's developed into what it is.
So well, well done, Josh. Thanks for doing that, and hope it gets you the grades you need, and you become a successful journalist. Yeah, that'd be good.
A sports journalist. Yeah, you bet. And get us tickets. Watch this, viewer.
Happy Saturday, viewers. April the 30th. This is the final game before the league season starts next week.
It's a voice that's become synonymous with club cricket video content. Dan Allen started Sanderstead CCTV in the summer of 2016 and single-handedly generated a subgenre which now dominates cricket content across the globe. There are thousands of channels with thousands of subscribers posting content from their amateur leagues every summer. But how did this phenomenon start, and where is it headed?
Well, none. I had no expectations because I wasn't filming cricket with the idea of creating a channel. I was filming my son. He was good and he was just breaking into the first team, and I thought, well, I'll film some of his cricket. And so I filmed a couple of matches back in 2016, I think it was, and I thought, oh well, the lads need to see this. It's good stuff. And so I thought, well, all round to my house. But then I thought, no, that's crazy. I'll just put it on a file, whack it up to YouTube, and send a link round. So that's what I did. And then I noticed 3 or 4 months later that these videos had like 1,000 views, and that's when the light bulb came on in my head. I thought, there's something in this. There's a latent demand out there for grassroots cricket. What I call the balancing bail, and it's something that I think has happened in cricket before, but it has never been filmed. So I think it's unique. And it was a clip where the bowler bowled the ball, batsman played and missed, and the ball just clipped off stump, and the bail hopped out of the grooves and landed just on the top of one stump. And it was just bonkers. That sort of 15-20 seconds of clip went totally viral. Even Sachin Tendulkar himself, the little master, he put it out on his Twitter and Facebook feed. Yeah, I think there was. I think when you started to get comments on each YouTube video, and the comments were incredibly positive, very sort of heartfelt, warm comments. And people say, "Oh, I love this. This is the sort of cricket that I can play in. If these guys can do it, I can do it." People were saying, "Oh, watching this is making me get my kit out of the attic, so I can start playing again. I haven't played since I was a kid, or whatever." And then I thought, "Oh my God, this is a force for good now." So I thought this could become a bit of a grassroots revolution for village cricket, club cricket. If I can. I'd be happy to encourage other clubs to do it, because I'm a great believer in a rising tide lifts all boats. So if other clubs are doing it, then that's going to help everybody. The funniest clip will inevitably come from Sunday games, and there are quite a few, but one that immediately springs to mind is we've got this wonderful old boy playing in our Sunday team called Derek, and he bowled a ball. He bowls real hand grenades, and he bowled this horrible moon ball. The batsman had time to do anything he wanted with it, and he stepped inside the line of the ball, shaped up to whack it as hard as he could behind square, and he did. He whacked it incredibly hard straight onto his middle stump, and everybody on the field was just convulsed in laughter. It's a brilliant bit of fun. I mean, it feels great. I mean, for me, it's sort of giving back. I mean, a lot of people, when they reach that age when they sort of feel where the old bones are creaking and about time I sort of stopped playing the game at the level at which I was accustomed. A lot of people go to umpiring, go to scoring, and I didn't want to do either of those. And this sort of, became the obvious thing for me to do. But then, obviously, the impact that it's had and is having on grassroots cricket and encouraging people back into the game has made it an even better feeling, because it's like, wow, this is doing good for grassroots cricket and a lot of people. There was one other moment when I was playing. I was actually filming the game as well, and we were batting, and I was filming it with my pads on because I was in next. And one of the lads, Jake Scarisbrick, was standing next to me, and sure enough, the person got out, and I said, "All right, he's out. I've got a bat now, viewers. So, but don't worry, I won't be long. I'll be back in a minute." And I went out to bat. Jake kept the camera going, and sure enough, I got a golden duck. Good ball, actually. It swung, dipped, came in, etc. Too fast for me at my age, and golden duck. And I just sort of walked straight back on and got behind the camera and said, "Right, I told you that wouldn't take long. So on we go."
And I'll quickly pass back over to Dan. Right, normal service resumed. Here's Pulfers.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know if pride is, they say it's one of the 7 deadly sins. So I don't like that connotation, but I feel very pleased with what I've done. I'm very happy with what I've done. And I like to think that, it's because it's had a positive effect on a lot of people, not just in the club, but, in cricket and generally. So, yeah, I sort of give myself a little pat on the back from time to time and think, you know what? Yeah, what you're doing here is pretty good. Keep going. So I will.
Well, we're almost there, Dan. It's the end, and we traditionally end in the only way we know best.
Indeed.
Album of the week.
Vinyl of the week, which no one's interested in apart from me.
But look, before we get to the album, look at this.
I know,
folks.
it's magnificent.
And it's not full, is it?
No, it's not. No. There's but it will be. Fear not. Yeah, no, Mrs. Allen's been very kind to me, and she allowed me to have this vinyl wall.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yes. Absolutely. And here
magnificent. Well, look, I'm going to pick one out.
Indeed.
From the randomizer. And let me just run. Oh, there you go. So. No.
You got 2 there.
Oh, now, a minute, Dan. Before we go anywhere further, there's a little surprise he doesn't know about. I've got you a gift.
Oh, yeah?
I've got you a gift. So, Dan's going to review this in a moment. Yeah. But I managed to buy an album for you.
Did you?
Yes. I want you to review it off-piste.
Yes.
What's the word?
Ad-lib?
Ad-lib it, yes. So it was going to be Rory Gallagher, the Irish Tour.
Okay, an absolutely magnificent album. Rory Gallagher, probably the greatest guitarist that's ever lived. Controversial.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Well, as Hendrix almost certainly never said when he was interviewed, and someone said, "So, Jimi Hendrix, what's it like to be the greatest guitarist in the world?"
And he said,
"Well, you have to ask Rory Gallagher."
Ah, well.
Now, I don't think it's true, but
what about the guy in Sweet? So look, I want you to review this. This is a gift from me to you, Dan. And it's
Banjo Party Time. What the hell's that?
It's a magnificent compilation of banjo players by the Jeff Love Banjos.
Jeff Love Banjos.
Look at that. What's the name of that penultimate one?
How are we going to keep them?
Margie.
I think that's too.
Is that it?
Brilliant. Well, there we go. Banjo Party Time.
I think we should play some of this.
We should play some of that. Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
we'll do that.
Over to you, Dan, for whatever this is.
I'll be very brief. No, Rory Gallagher. He was just an amazing man. He couldn't stop playing guitar. He was just insanely good. And there was a documentary film made of when he and his band when they did a tour of Ireland around the time of the Troubles in 1974.
Yes.
And because he's from Southern Ireland and he went all over Ireland, and it almost sort of helped. But it's just brilliant. There's a film of it as well.
Yes.
But it's a magnificent piece of work.
Whilst you big up his guitar playing, lyrically, was he,
Yeah, I mean, he do it all. He could do it all. He wrote all the songs. He sang. He wrote the theme tune, sing the theme tune,
play the theme tune. That doesn't do any justice to Rory Gallagher, does it?
It doesn't.
But clearly, and there'll be people of a certain age who'll agree with everything you've said there.
Definitely.
But I want to hear the banjos now, Dan.
We can hear the banjos.
Can we put the banjos on?
Let's put the banjos on.
Let's forget Rory Gallagher and his string playing.
Yeah, we'll have the banjos on whilst we're saying goodbye to the viewers.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Yeah, good. Dan, here we are. We've actually got the Banjo Party Time album on in the background. The Jeff Love Banjos.
It's something, isn't it?
Magnificent.
It's... Yeah.
We're back. 2024 is ours. We're going to take... What's
this?
My little banjo jig.
Your little ditty.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, shall we wrap up?
Yeah, I think we should.
It's great to be back, viewers.
Thank you.
Hopefully you found this sort of vaguely entertaining. If not, well...
We have.
And we'll see you next time. And, maybe some cricket soon.
Whatever.
What?
Whatever that means.
See you next time. Cheers, viewers.
Yeah.